video. UFC 278, the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. This fight right here is the rematch. They fought once before. This was Leon's second loss in the UFC. And this is one of the fights where the winner of this fight was probably going to become champion one day. But Kamaru does what Kamaru does best. He imposes his will and he controls where the fight goes, and he's dominant wherever the fight goes, whether it's on the feet, whether it's against a cage, whether it's on the ground. And that's what Kamaru did to Leon. He was able to control him, hold him against the cage, take him down. He never hurt Leon or never came close to finishing him, but he was able to control him and win a dominant decision. Kamaru Usman, so he's on a 19-fight win streak. Kamaru is 20-1. 9 of his wins come by knockout, 1 of his wins come by submission, and 10 come by decision. 1 of his losses come by submission. That was his second fight ever in his professional career. He made one mistake and he got submitted in the first round in the fight that he was winning. It's interesting because Kamaru, he started knocking people out now, but for a long time he was criticized for not knocking opponents out. It's interesting to see that he has 9 knockouts on his record, because it's not really his game. His game is really to implement his wrestling and to control his opponent until he wins a decision. But his last fight was against Colby. This was the second fight. And this is another thing with Kamaru Usman. He's fought a couple guys in the welterweight division twice. He basically cleaned out the division twice. But his last fight was against Colby Covington. This one was the second fight they had. The first fight they had, it was a brawl. They were slugging it out. They both hurt each other, rocked each other. After the third round, Colby said to his corner that he thought he had a broken jaw. So it looked like Usman had broke Colby's jaw in the third round of their first fight. But then in the fourth round, Colby was able to win the fourth round and take over and impose his will on Usman and win the fourth round. But then he got finished in the fifth round, knocked down multiple times and ground and pounded, which it looked like it was kind of an early stoppage. But he did get knocked down multiple times in a small amount of time. They fought again, and that was Kamaru's last fight. And this fight, they brawled for a little bit, but it was more of a technical fight. Each round were really close. It looked like if you would have gave the fight to Colby, it would not have been a robbery. That's how close the fight was. But Usman had moments. He was able to stuff takedowns. In the second round, he was able to counter Colby with a left hook and hurt him and knock him down multiple times. And in the round, on top of Colby doing ground and pound, he ended up winning the second fight against Colby, which made him look better because he showed he can win a fight without brawling. He beat Jorge twice. The first fight, Jorge took the fight on short notice, and Usman just stuck to the game plan, controlled him, kept the fight in the clinch, was able to avoid big shots, not let Jorge explode on him, and he won the first fight fairly easily. They fought again before the second Colby fight, and in the first round, Usman was able to take him down. It looked like Jorge was getting the best out of him standing up, so Usman took him down the first round and controlled him, and then the second round, he was able to land the right hand and actually knock out Jorge. This was another impressive win for Kamaru because he was able to knock out a knockout artist. And the fight before that, he fought against Gilbert Burns. Gilbert is known for being a black belt, one of the more dangerous black belts and jiu-jitsu fighters in the UFC. He has a lot of submissions and he also has a lot of knockouts. So he was a dangerous threat for Kamaru. Gilbert, he hurt Kamaru with a counter right hook. After he hurt him, he threw a head kick and ended up on his back. And Kamaru was able to take him down. Kamaru was able to get on top of him and recover. But then in the second round and the third round, Kamaru, he was able to change the game plan up, throw everything behind the jab, and he actually knocked Gilbert down multiple times with a jab. Kamaru Usman is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC in any weight class. Some people think Kamaru today can be a prime GSP. His opponent is Leon Edwards. Leon is 19-3. 6 of his wins come by knockout. 3 of his wins come by submission. 10 of his wins come by decision. 3 losses, 2 of those losses come by decision. Leon Edwards is the southpaw. He's 6'2". He's a very technical striker. He's known for having a good jab and being able to stick to his game plan. And also, he's real good at mixing up everything. He has a real good single leg takedown. If there's opportunities to take his opponent back, he will take it. But typically when Leon Edwards out-grapple opponents, they're not really known for their ground game. Because the last person he submitted was Albert Tumenov, and Albert is known for having horrendous submission defense. Leon also has an extraordinary left body kick, and he's very fundamental, so he throws a lot of 1-2. He never gets wild. All his punches are straight and crisp. Occasionally he throws left knees, fly knees, and head kicks. And also Leon is a lot bigger and stronger than he was since the first Kamaru Usman fight. So this fight is more than likely going to be a technical striking match. Leon Edwards, his last fight was against Nate Diaz. He was able to control Nate, take him down. He was able to do to Nate what all people who beat Nate were able to do. And they were to stick to a game plan, throw leg kicks, throw jabs, take him down occasionally, frustrate Nate. But in the 5th round, Nate did hurt Leon. It was like a minute left to go in the fight. That's the closest Leon has come to being finished and being knocked out in the UFC. His fight before that was against Bilal Muhammad. And we know Bilal's on a big win streak right now. So Bilal was on a 4-fight win streak at the time. Leon looked more aggressive against Bilal than he normally does. He was able to stay on the outside, throw body kicks, leg kicks, head kicks. And he actually was taking more chances with the striking, which he normally doesn't. The fight ended with an accidental eye poke, so it ended up being a no contest, but it looked like Leon was close to finishing Bilal. Before that fight, he fought against Rafael dos Anjos, and he was able to stick with his game plan with the 1-2 body kicks, takedowns. And he mixed up everything against RDA, and he fought a safe fight. The only thing is, RDA is a small welterweight, so whenever opponents beat RDA, they get penalized for it because he's smaller than the average welterweight because he's coming up from lightweight. Before he fought against RDA, he fought against Gunnar Nelson, and in the 2nd round, he was able to hurt Gunnar Nelson with a left elbow, and it looked like he was coming close to finishing Gunnar. But the thing is, Gunnar was able to take down Leon in the 3rd round and get in full mount. He didn't come close to finishing Leon, but he was able to control him and land some ground and pound on Leon with like 30 seconds left to go in the 3rd round. That's where Leon got criticized because he started to slow down in the 3rd round. So people started to question his cardio. And the cardio, I think that's one of the deciding factors between Leon and Kamaru, because Kamaru, he has went 5 rounds multiple times. Leon went 5 rounds 3 times. These were against guys who he could neutralize and control the pace of. He was able to neutralize Nate Diaz, RDA, and Donald Cerrone. So it's not like he went 5 rounds with Colby Covington. So that's one of the deciding factors. The cardio. Another deciding factor is the fact that Kamaru, he's battle tested. He showed he went 5 rounds with Colby multiple times. He went the distance with Jorge the first fight. He went the distance with Tyron Woodley. Kamaru, he clearly has the experience. Kamaru has the championship experience. So if this fight hits the 4th and the 5th round, Kamaru will have the advantage. I think this fight is going to be a little bit similar to the first fight, but it's going to be more of a striking match. But at times, Kamaru is going to control the range. He's going to control the distance. He's going to try to clinch Leon. I don't think he's going to have success with that, but he's going to be able to control it enough to score points and to win rounds. But Kamaru is one of the all-time greats. I don't see him losing this fight. I don't see him losing to anybody in the welterweight division. I'm picking Kamaru Usman by a 5-round decision.